background is I've been almost 21 years in the network marketing, seven-figure earner. I was able to walk off my job and retire 8 years ago. I haven't had a job since. I actually retired from direct selling and moved to the cryptocurrency industry 3 years ago because I wanted to be in an industry where I can allow my money to make money for me. And I saw the future of where the digital economy was headed. And that's the cryptocurrency space. I got a phone call saying that, Brandon, we are going to create a business where we want to help give back to people with charities and philanthropy. We're going to do it all in Bitcoin with peer-to-peer. Would you like to be a part of it? And that's why we are here today. So let's talk about what this opportunity is all about. Well, it is called Up to Give, meaning just let's be different. Let's be different. The vision of the company is we have a strong moral, integral, and purpose-driven vision to change lives around the world through our ecosystem. We start with philanthropy. We are focused on creating a culture of worldwide giving. Education. We want to reward those who give while teaching them the value behind growing personally. Banking. We want to bank the unbanked through our giving. And personal causes. Create a social revolution of stories with people whose needs have been met through the Up to Give community. Our model is we have built a model where people give to each other peer-to-peer, wallet-to-wallet through what's called the Giving Box. The Giving Box is designed to create a culture of philanthropy where Up to Give will help some of the world's most obvious problems through the power of giving. Keeping that in mind, banking, education, health, and housing, as we know, are the top reasons of necessities around the world because of the world's evolution. Let's talk about banking. Globally, about 1.7 billion adults remain unbanked without an account at a financial institution or through a mobile money provider. In 2014, that number was 2 billion. Education. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development found that 50% of U.S. adults can't read a book written at an 8th grade level. Lack of formal education results in lower earning power and serious threats to an individual's long-term well-being. Health. Currently, nearly 1 billion people spend 10% of their household income or more on health expenses for themselves, a sick child, or another family member. The report argues that universal health care would better solve the issue across a planet on which some 3.8 billion people lack access to basic health care. Housing. The most severe aspect of the global housing crisis by far is the housing situation, faced by some 850 million people, more than the populations of the US and the European Union combined, who live in informal settlements. According to these statistics, the most unaffordable cities in the world are all in the global south. Cities like Hanoi, Mumbai, Bogota, Buenos Aires, and Rio de Janeiro, where housing costs exceed 200 or 300% of incomes. In fact, in the United States, we just learned here, for example, if you live in LA or California, you need to be earning at least over $200,000 a year to be considered middle class. $200,000. Their average housing costs exceeds incomes by more than 3%, with as many as 200,000 people pouring into the cities of the global south every single day. It is projected that the number of people who live in informal housing will exceed 1 billion by 2020. So what is our vision and our ultimate goal? It's simply to empower you and the people around the world to give toward anyone's cause in our ecosystem, whether it is to help achieve a goal that helps anyone in your family, your church, your country, community. It doesn't matter how big or small that vision or mission is. We will bring the nation together to help support those causes, and with our model being of philanthropy, we are confident that the Up to Give family will be there for you. Up to Give is a correlation movement. So how does someone get started? Well, right now, we are not even in pre-launch yet. So right now, you want to get back to whoever is inviting you here. They're going to give you their own personalized link. You have the option to get started now, even though it's not a founder's position, but you can get a locked-in position before we launch in January. And that cost is only $32. You can get set up now. However, when we do launch, the process is going to work like this. Number one, you're going to set up your account at the website that you're going to be given. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to upload your Bitcoin wallet to your personalized back office once you have followed the setup process. And then number three, you're going to share your story. We want to let everyone know that there is hope when people correlate with a purpose. See, I have had major success in this industry because seven-figure mentors of mine taught me one thing. They said, Brandon, it is not about you selling the company. It is not about you selling the product. It is not about you selling the compensation plan. It is all about your ability to share your story. People will relate to your story. What is your cause? What is your story? So let's say you're Maria from California, and Maria shares her story on her link with John. The moment John clicks on her link, the first thing he's going to see is her story, and John is in London. Once John reads her story, at the end of the message, a pop-up is going to say, John, will you like to be part of Maria's journey? Click here. Once John has clicked to join, the system will take him to the registration page where he can add some basic information. At this point, John has 15 days to give 0.005 of a Bitcoin, approximately 50 US dollars, to Maria's cause. Once he does that, the system will take him to a page where he will now be able to share his story in his own blog and also receive a personalized up to give link. He now gets to add his Bitcoin wallet, and the giving box will be available in his user link to give and receive. So what do you need to do after every of your donations happens? Well, you're going to copy and paste the transaction ID number of your giving to the rewards tank in the back office. This allows Up to Give the opportunity to validate that you effectively gave to someone's cause. Once it's validated, Up to Give adds the transaction to your reward goals. So how does this actually work? Well, John contributed to Maria's cause 0.005 Bitcoin. He followed all the steps and now shares his story. John shares it with two individuals, Jorge and Rita, who both read John's story, and they contribute 0.005 Bitcoin to John's cause. John now receives 0.010 Bitcoin from his first two contributors in Up to Give. This is considered John's level one. Now, for those of you that may be confused, you're not a part of Bitcoin, you never heard of that before, you better get used to it because this is going to be the world's denomination of money. It actually should be 0.010 Satoshi. But we're always going to be doing the denominations of Bitcoin. If John wants to continue giving and receiving, he will then donate the 0.010 of Bitcoin up to the person that Up to Give chooses to continue paying it forward to. This is done by system algorithm, and that's more important right there. System algorithm, which will allow John to start receiving contributions from his level one contributors, Jorge and Rita. So how does the giving box look long term? You see, as you become more involved in Up to Give, the potential to change many lives around the world becomes more and more likely to change your life as well. This is a 2x6 forced matrix. So here's how this works. When you reach your level one, you gave 0.010 to somebody's cause. You now have two contributors to your cause, and you receive 0.020 Bitcoin. You're now going to donate half of that back, which is now going to move you up to level two. At level two, you now have 4 people donating to your cause. You're going to receive 0.040 Bitcoin. You're going to contribute half of that back, which now moves you up to level 3. Level 3, you now have 8 contributors to your cause. You receive a total of 0.16 Bitcoin, and you're going to donate 0.050 Bitcoin back. You start to see a trend here. Every time you receive, you're going to contribute right back to the community. That's the entire point. You now reach level 4. You have 16 people contributing to your cause. You're going to receive a total of 0.80 Bitcoin. You're going to donate back 0.25. moves you up to level 5. Level 5, you now have 32 givers that's donating to your cause. You received 8 Bitcoin. Now you do the math yourself. Bitcoin to whatever currency you're in, calculator, and you can understand just how much that actually is. You're going to donate 1 whole Bitcoin right back to the cause, which moves you up to level 6. At level 6, you now have 64 people contributing to your cause. You've received 64 Bitcoin. You're going to donate back 10% to the ecosystem. Now, how does this look in a full matrix? It's not just 64 people total. You're looking at about 5,460 people to fill up this 2x6 matrix. This is very, very powerful. So how does Up to Give contribute back to the community? It happens in levels. So you reach level 3. Up to Give gives you a debit card so that you can start monetizing that Bitcoin that have been given through the ecosystem. So it's like a debit card, and is your own Bitcoin wallet. You can have the money go to your Bitcoin wallet, and you can use it from there. There's many places around the world, people don't have bank accounts. They don't even have a debit card. So this might be their first way of ever getting their hands on one. With this step of philanthropy, we will start to help change the banking crisis in the world, where so many people lack the opportunity to own a debit card. When you reach level 4, you will have the option of receiving a 1-year scholarship to Success Training Institute, an accredited soft skills training program in the US. Also, if you choose not to take the scholarship, you will have the option of choosing from 12 different cause-driven programs that will be directed to helping you with the cause you choose. It can be a family member or a friend. You tell Up to Give who you want to contribute to, and we will do just that on your behalf. Once you reach level 5, Up to Give rewards you with an all-expense paid trip to a recognition event where top speakers from around the world come to teach about leadership, philanthropy, finance, personal development, and charitable causes. Also, after reaching the event reward, you will have the option of 12 major causes to contribute to at this level. When you reach level 6, Up to Give requires you to give back 10% to the community and the ecosystem. We will direct that percentage toward every new person that joins nearing month end to assure that everyone meets their goals. Level 6 in the giving box is the most critical level due to the amount of contributions given unto your cause, and we will require the user to be walking hand in hand with Up to Give founding team to ensure that we maximize your contributions and your potential. So how does Up to Give strive to be compliant? Well, number 1, Up to Give never touches your Bitcoin. The giving is peer-to-peer, wallet-to-wallet. That follows what Bitcoin is all about. Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer system. It eliminates the middleman. No need for a bank or Western Union. 1 Bitcoin in Japan is worth 1 Bitcoin in the United States, with small minimum fees when you do transactions. If you don't understand that concept, think about Uber. Uber is peer-to-peer. You're getting in somebody else's car. What about Airbnb? Airbnb is peer-to-peer. You're going in somebody else's home. All Up to Give is doing is taking advantage of peer-to-peer through the financial system. Now, the company will only ask for a contribution of $32 a month in Bitcoin so that they can operate as a company. Up to Give is also a major contributor in collective causes that we're going to talk about when we talk about the giving box in more detail. And Up to Give is a giving model that even for nonprofit identities such as churches is presented as a revolution of offerings in the ministry. The more they give each other, the more they receive. So in a nutshell, what makes us different? We are creating a revolution of giving around the world, one person at a time. We've defined our focus on providing educational, banking, and health solutions through our cause-driving programs. We strive for people's stories to be heard, and answers are given through our platform. Our peer-to-peer Bitcoin ecosystem is transparent and driven by integral leadership and principles. Philanthropy is our core. Changing lives is our mission. Up to Give is a global correlation movement. So thank you and welcome to the movement. And again, as a disclaimer, I am not a co-owner. I am not corporate. I am not a licensed financial advisor. I am not Andreas Cartrude. I'm Brandon Ivy from Los Angeles, California, and I am just like every single one of you. Want to take advantage of this opportunity to be able to give back to the community that we've been blessed to receive from. Now we're going to switch gears right now. I want to bring up one of the co-owners, and I haven't had a chance to look here. So Sean Starr, if you're there, raise your hand. I want to be able to bring up Sean Starr to speak, and then we're going to go into the giving box. And the giving box is we're going to go into a little bit more detail. Also, I want to give a special shout out to an individual who I see on every single presentation we do, Gerhard Rimpel from Belize. He is always there. He asks questions. He makes sure that everybody on his team is getting the answers that they need. So I just wanted to give him a special shout out to Gerhard Rimpel. Keep up the good work, buddy. All right, I do not see Sean Starr with the hand raised, and I'm looking through here to see if he's on. So if anybody does see Sean on, let me know. Let me check the chat box real quick. Anybody see Sean Starr? If not, that's okay. We will move on. We're going to bring up the giving box training. And Dr. Alberto, make sure you also raise your hand so that when it comes time to do question and answer, he's my partner. He takes care of that for me. All right, thank you, Barbara. We'll probably get Sean at the end of this before we get into question and answer if he hops on. All right, let's talk about the giving box. What makes us different? Step-by-step training. How does the giving ecosystem work? Well, everybody starts off at ground zero, and anybody that has questions, make sure you hold your questions until the end. So ground zero is our first step in philanthropy at Up to Give. How does it work? You gave 0.005 in Bitcoin to someone's cause, and you have already given the $32 in Bitcoin for the use of the ecosystem. The moment that this happens, you go into the giving box as a ground zero member. The system automatically recognizes that you are new, and I hope you keep hearing something over and over again. The system is doing all this, not you, not your sponsor, not your sideline, but the system. Even though you have not yet received any contributions from your own personalized link. In other words, the system is not going to leave you behind. You will be allowed to receive 2 contributions of 0.005 in Bitcoin even before someone personally invited by you donates to you. That is powerful right there. This allows Up to Give to fulfill the purpose of the ecosystem right away when you join. This is not any of those things where the last person in gets nothing. Everybody is contributing right back to the system. Everybody is going to win. In fact, the only time you should come out of pocket is when you first start, when you're paying your $32 and you're contributing that to the ecosystem of Up to Give, and then you're going to donate 0.005 to somebody's cause. That's the only time you should come out of pocket. Everything else after that should be from the profit that you earned. And I don't even like to use that, but from your receivings from the ecosystem. So even though you have not received, you will be allowed to get 2 contributions. Yep. Next, when you want to advance to level 1 and Up to Give, you would need just 2 personally invited contributors who both give through your personal link. Now, this is going to be the most asked question, so I'm going to answer it right now. It is a 2x6 forced matrix, which means if the person above you gets more than 2 people, then the third person and beyond is going to fall under the next available position in their organization, thus creating spillover. So if you get started and you didn't get your 2, you still will have spillover underneath you, and you're still going to receive 2 donations. This does not, however, allow you to be promoted or advance up to the next level. To make it to the next level, no matter how much spillover you have, you still need to share this with 2 personal people that you invited yourself. If you are like me and you can go out there and get 500 people by yourself, it is more in your advantage not to have everybody sign up directly to you, but to find individuals on your team who might need a little bit of help and let them sign up with their link. It doesn't hurt you. As a matter of fact, it helps you, because by helping your team members go up through the ranks, the more money that they're receiving through their donations, the more you receive, and the faster your matrix moves. The giving box, choosing simply to give the moment you receive a user's link, you will have the option to simply just give to that person's cause without being part of the giving box. This is something else that's very important. See, this is open to the world. Somebody may come to the Up to Give website, have no desire to actually be a part of the community, but might read about somebody's cause, and that might touch their heart. That might be something that they relate to, and they say, you know what, it's Thanksgiving, I want to help contribute to that person's cause. And it can be anything, from somebody that's trying to get through school, to somebody that wants to be able to, buy some groceries, to somebody that wants to be able to do something for their church or for the veterans, or whatever cause you can think of. Someone can give to your cause and not be part of the giving box. So this allows people around the world who are reading people's causes the option to use the Simply Give tab at uptogive.com without having to become a member. At the beginning of the month, the giving box starts all over. So this is going to be another question that's asked repeatedly. It doesn't matter if you reach level 3, 4, 5, or 6. When the month is over, everybody goes back to 0. And it starts all over again, with one catch. You don't have to start to rebuild your organization all over again. It's still there. So you'll quickly get right back to the level you left off in a matter of days. So let me explain how this works. Once you contribute your $32 to Up to Give for the user fee, and you donate 0.005 Bitcoin toward the cause in your back office before midnight on the 2nd of the month, Pacific Standard Time, my time, Cali time, once you have completed our first step, you will have 24 hours to give toward your next level. After the 24 hours are over, this will happen the first 6 days of the month to give every giving box user enough time to return to where they left off the previous month without anyone trying to skip over their position. So even if you're level 6 and you contributed back 10%, you had reached level 5, you contributed back 1 whole Bitcoin. When the beginning of the month starts, guess what? You're going to start all over again with 0.005 Bitcoin and work your way right back up. Only this time it's going to happen in a matter of days. After the first 6 days of holding patterns are over, the system continues normally. This feature will remain active throughout the month for every user achieving new levels of contributing, allowing them 24 hours to donate toward the next level. In the event that you miss your deadline of the 24 hours, the system will allow you to get back in anytime during the month, but you will lose your placement for that month if skipped. Keeping that in mind, if the user does not give before the month ends, they will lose their position permanently. We have given the users many tools and enough time to be able to stay in the giving box. This is not negotiable at any level. At the end of the month, every user that joins Up to Give after the 25th of the month counts toward the next month's qualifications. So let's talk about levels 1 and 2. At level 1, you enter into level 1 of the giving box once you have received the contribution of 0.005 Bitcoin from 2 people who joined Up to Give through your personalized link. You received a total of 0.010 Bitcoin. Once you have entered into level 1, you will have the option to continue to donate and receive if you give that 0.010 Bitcoin to someone else's cause in the community. You just gave back 100%. Are you with me? The system will automatically choose who is next to be given to. Again, there's that key word. The system will choose, not you. There's going to be times where you're not even the one that's donating to the one who brought you on board. It's a whole algorithm that makes this work. That Bitcoin address will be available in your back office. Once this process happens, you now have received 0.020 Bitcoin from your first level, and now you are ready to advance to level 2. When you enter level 2, once you have been given 0.010 Bitcoin of the 0.020, so you've just donated half, okay? Now at level 2, you have a total of 4 people contributing 0.010 Bitcoin to your cause. Once you have reached a full level 2 of contributions, if you choose to continue, and that is the key word right there, if you choose to continue, and I don't know why you wouldn't, that's the whole point. If you choose to continue contributing and receiving, you then give 0.020 Bitcoin of the 0.040 that you received, and you're going to move on to level 3. Levels 1 and 2 are the backbone of the giving box, because by this point into the giving box, you have given 100% of what you gave to someone else's cause, plus the $32 fee you contributed to the Up to Give operating system. Level 3. You enter level 3 because you contributed 0.020 Bitcoin to someone's cause. Once you accomplished the level 3 of donating, a congratulations pop-up will show, and you will be given instructions about the debit card you will be receiving once Up to Give has officially launched in January. Everyone who reaches that level from the first 2,000 people will be in queue to receive their card in the order of when they reach their level 3. Also at this level, the KYC process will start, and every user will have to provide identification, and that's KYC, to validate and verify their account. At level 3 and above, Up to Give assures its users that they will receive according to the algorithm of the forced matrix, which is programmed so that users cannot game the system and not contribute unto others. That's another question. If somebody doesn't give? At this point, it's out of their hands. The system takes over. You see, John enters level 3 and has 8 contributors to his cause, giving 0.020 for a total of 0.16 of a Bitcoin. What the algorithm does is protect the community from John not donating back what he is supposed to do to whoever is next to receive it. The system automatically will contribute it to the person who is supposed to receive it after John has received what is truly his to keep at level 3. In other words, if John needs to donate back 0.050 to someone's cause in order to advance to level 4, that means that after contributor number 5 of the 8, the remaining 3 contributions will be donated automatically to the person it is promised to. We don't do this anymore. It is automatic at this point. This feature also helps to make sure that you never have to worry about donating after your 3rd level, because the system helps you accomplish that with the forced matrix in place. This process repeats itself at levels 4 and 5. So speaking of, let's look at level 4. Once you've completed level 4, a congratulations pop-up will appear, and you will be redirected to the Success Training Institute. This is a third-party company here. Basically, I'm going to just give you this in layman's terms, what it means. Up to Give is going to pay for you and give you a coupon to be a part of the Success Training Institute. Anything you do from there is through them, not through Up to Give. If you choose not to do the STI program, you will have the option to give toward 12 causes. Now, those 12 causes are either medical, personal, sports, charitable, religious, community, country, educational, financial, debt, political, or business. Once you have chosen a cause title, you will go to a writing box that will be similar to the one where you previously wrote your personal story. And you will answer 3 questions related to that cause tab. We then work with you during a period of 45 days to complete the cause task and make it go viral on our Up to Give social media pages. This allows us to partner in making a difference while also donating back and making a difference. When a person reaches level 5, Up to Give rewards them with an all-expense paid trip to a recognition event where top speakers from around the world come to teach about leadership, philanthropy, finance, personal development, charitable causes. You are required the first time you reach this level to receive the trip because it is part of our event culture. The first event that I know of is going to take place in October 2020. Where, I don't know. Singapore, Dubai, Mexico, I don't know. Just be ready for it. Also, after receiving the reward, you will have the option again of 12 major causes to contribute to, just like level 4. The same process with the algorithm that starts at level 3 also applies here, which means the system is automatically going to donate what you're supposed to donate on your behalf. When you reach level 6, Up to Give requires you to give 10% back to the community. Now you figure that out. If you did 64 Bitcoin at level 6, you're donating back 10%. So how does this work? The 0.10 of a Bitcoin automatically gets deducted from the 1 Bitcoin the user receives per donator at this level. So if you're getting 64 Bitcoin, that means you have 64 people that's contributing 1 Bitcoin. 0.10 of that is being set aside. The 0.10 gets housed in a Bitcoin wallet that automatically disperses the Bitcoins at 12:01 a.m. on the day that the month closes. The system is keeping track of every new person that is joined after the 25th. And if the month closes and the user has not yet received their 2 contributions to their cause, Up to Give, through the contributions of level 6 users, will donate to those specific individuals. Just got thrown off. Everybody's coming in late. Will donate to those specific individuals so that no one closes the month without receiving at least 2.005 transactions. Level 6 in the giving box is the most critical level due to the amount of contributions given unto your cause, and we will require the user to be walking hand in hand with Up to Give founders to ensure that we maximize our giving potential. We will not allow manipulation of the donating or the receiving, which means that all contributions is being monitored. So here's the final facts. We will not allow more than 2 positions per household. This is being highly monitored, meaning husband and wife. Can't use the same KYC, only 1 KYC per person. People can prepay the full year of use at a discounted price of 10 months. So for $320, you can pay for the whole year. There are no exceptions on abandoned positions. If you are purged, there is no getting back. Be responsible with your giving box. And also, here's another part of our compliance. We will not allow, especially during this phase, any public discussions, solicitation, enticement, marketing of Up to Give on social media, whether it is YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, whatever other social media things you guys are using. What gets companies in trouble is not what the company does per se, but it is the people in the company marketing it in a bad or negative or misleading way. We want to protect the house. You have 1 warning and then you're out. We will not allow it. It only takes 1 to ruin it for everybody. So be mindful of what you're saying. We are not out there talking about how would you like to earn 64 Bitcoin a month. No, do not say that. Do not use that for marketing. It is more like, how would you like to be a part of a community that is based on the idea of giving back to charities and philanthropy groups. That's the message. You can never prepay all positions at the beginning of the month. You must wait according to the 6-day requirement as explained in the beginning of the slide. In other words, if you do reach level 6 and the new month starts, you just can't donate all 6 levels from the beginning. It's impossible to do that anyway. Why? Because when you reach level 3, the system is automatically doing it for you. So you can't. You got to do it within the 6 days. You are required to contribute to a cause per level after level 3. It is mandatory that you give back and make it viral. It is one of the most important requirements of our culture in order to set standards that we strive for. If you have an issue right now of donating and contributing to the community, this is not for you. If you have the mentality, I just want to take, this is not for you. It's an old gospel type principle. The more you give, the more you receive. If you didn't understand the process of the giving box, please go back to slide 1 and read it again. Repetition creates picture memory. Let's all be leaders who lead by example. All right, I want to check to see if Sean Starr has been able to hop on here. Sean, if you are on, I got to pull up the chat box. Raise your hand. Dr. Alberto, if you're on, raise your hand because we're going to get into question and answer. I see Dr. Alberto there. Let me make sure he's unmuted.
I am.
Yeah, I hear you, sir. So I want to say one thing before we get into the question and answer series. As we are now getting close to December, we're now about to close out the year with 5 weeks left. If you've been in a situation where this entire year things have not been going according to plan, you have not been able to reach the potential that you wanted to be, the year is not yet over. You now have the opportunity to be able to close out the year strong, have one of the greatest Christmases that you've ever had, and get ready to run in the year 2020 by taking advantage of what we have. Since you're in the crypto space as well, the timing couldn't be any better for about what's going to take place in the crypto space next year. If you have any questions, type them into the chat box. I'm going to go back to see if I can cover it, find anything, and don't raise your hand when I'm not going to open this up for people to start talking. We'll be here all day. Also, we're doing this again in 3 hours, 8 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Pacific. So in almost 2 hours, we're going to be doing this all over again. It will be on the corporate Zoom link, which I will type in the chat box. So we'll be doing it again. So with that, Dr. Alberto, the floor is all yours.
Thank you very much, Brandon. Excuse my voice. I'm a little bit under the weather today, but I'm committed to joining each and every one of you and to make sure that I'm here today. Brandon, that was an excellent presentation. You did a great job breaking it down, and I love the message at the end. We are in the season of giving, which is important to each and every one of us because many people around the world get depressed this time of year during the holidays. Many have lost hope, and we have an opportunity to bless people in ways unimaginable. So for us here at Up to Give, I like to ask people that I know, what weren't you able to achieve this particular year? What goals do you have for the following year that you would like to achieve, and what are some of the challenges you anticipate that might prevent you from doing so? And then I tell them that if there is something that I could share with them that can help them achieve those goals, would they like to see it? And I guide them here. I guide them to Up to Give because we have the solution for many worldwide. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you. I want to congratulate the founders once again. Brandon has asked me to come on today, and part of the disclaimer, I as well am not part of corporate. I am an advisor to the CEO, Mr. Jerry Lopez, who's a very good friend as well. I'm here, someone like yourself who grabbed onto this, saw the opportunity to bless many, and just went to work. I myself the other day probably enrolled an additional 10 individuals and just place them under others. That's after the founder's position, as soon as we opened up at 32. And I'll be doing so moving forward because I understand what we have here. So what questions do we have here, Brandon?
Well, first one up from Pulse, it says that the founders are good till the end of December. Does that mean we don't have to contribute the 0.005 Bitcoin when we open on December 5th?
Okay. The only thing that's included in your founder's contribution to the company is the $32. On December 5th, once you get that pop-up on your screen for a cause and you are asked if you'd like to be able to help or support them, you are then to require to donate your 0.005. That is the only time it's donation to go straight to that person's cause. It's wallet to wallet, peer to peer. It does not go to the company. So everyone will be donating 0.005 if they choose to continue with the program and the platform of the Giving Box on December 5th. Next question.
What criteria does the system will use to choose the next person that will be given our contributions?
Okay. The system is, Mr. Ivy had shared with you during this presentation, has a built-in algorithm. So once you do that, it will pull whoever's next in queue, whoever's, I should say, story or cause is up in queue, and it will present that to two individuals and ask them if they wish to do so. And at that point in time, it will open up yours as well once you make that donation, and it will share it in queue with the next two people that it's due for as well and continue going. It's an algorithm programmed into the system, and it happens automatically. Next question.
Yeah, are we going to be able to see the matrix structure tomorrow as promised?
Okay. I can tell you that our software company is working diligently. I've had several conversations with Mr. Jerry Lopez today, and I can tell you that you will see not only the genealogy, but you're going to also be able, by month end, absolutely, you'll be seeing before we start the launch on December 5th. And we say launch, but keep in mind, this is still pre-launch. December 5th is still pre-launch. The official launch will not be until January. So right now, everything's being populated and upgraded and enhanced onto your back office so that you'll be able to have your social media feeds. You're going to have videos there and marketing materials as well that's going to be uploaded before our official pre-launch on December 5th. And the genealogy will be functioning fully by then as well. As founders, understand that there may be some glitches along the way. And as leaders, we understand that we set the tone for what things are moving forward. At the end of the day, running through December, I can tell you that our expectations are that we will have minimal, if anything, disruptions, but we can never know until all things are functioning fully. When we upload everything and everyone's going through the matrix, which is why we'll be loading the levels one at a time. So you will eventually see the genealogy, you'll see your social media feeds, as well as all promotional marketing materials that will be attached there as well. I hope that helps answer the question to some degree.
Okay, I'm going to answer this one because I just heard this one from Mike. But the question is it possible for a husband and wife to have one Bitcoin wallet to give and receive Bitcoin through Up to Give? No, if you have a husband and wife, you want to have two separate wallets that you want to be used to put into the system. Two separate wallets. Here's a question. When are we able to write our story?
Great question. Next week, you're going to receive some information during the 5 p.m. presentations and Mr. Brandon Ivy's 8 p.m. presentation as well, and we'll give you directions on how to upload your story onto the back office so that you're able to get your stories together. What I would recommend to everyone, start thinking about what your story and your cause is going to be right now. Do not wait to the last minute so that you can populate it and place it onto your back office, and it'll be visible to everyone within the system, and the algorithm can pull yours up as well, and you will have others donating to your cause like you're giving to their causes.
All right, I want to give one last try. If Sean Starr, if you're there on the participation chat box, you can raise your hand. I do see a Sean, but I don't know if that's Sean Starr, so I don't want to be unmuting people.
Yeah, I don't believe that's Sean Starr. I've seen the same one you're referring to.
Okay.
I don't believe that's Sean Starr.
There's no more questions. So either, everybody's starting to get it. Wait, here's one from Sean. Can husband and wife share email and phone numbers? No. No. separate. Here's the reason why you're gonna need to do separate KYCs. So no, separate email, separate telephone number, separate Bitcoin wallets. All right, here's one for you. When the official founders donate 0.005 on December 5th, what happens with the people who paid $32 after cutoff?
Okay, great question. So this is the way it's going to be rolled out. Those who became founders on December 5th will be going into the system. After all the founders, and remember, keep in mind, everything is timestamped. It's timestamped, so the founders will be entered based upon the time they register and they pay. Those will be the first to go entered. We'll go to level 1, and then eventually level 2, then level 3, 4, all the way through. After all the founders have been placed into the system, then those individuals who paid the $32 after the founder's position was closed will then be uploaded. You will receive advance notice, so you'll know and be ready to donate to the causes as well. But that should happen within the first few days. I can assure you of that. But the founders first, then will be those $32 members as well.
Okay, and once you get to level 6 and you contribute the 0.005, then give away the 10% every month, do you stay at level 6 as long as you respect the requirement?
Okay. At the beginning of every month, well, let me put it like this. We start on December 5th, whatever level you finish at from January, whether it's level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, no one's going to be at level 1. We know that. More than likely, no one's going to be at level 2 either, the way things are going. But here's the thing, whatever level, so let's say you're level 3, 4, 5, or 6, wherever you may be. By the 6th day of every month, you will be back at that same level that you ended the previous month. So if you were level 3 in December, by the 6th day, you'll be back at level 3. If you're level 4, you'll be back at level 4. If you're level 5, you'll be back at level 5. If you happen to be at level 2, you'll be back at level 2. Whatever the level was by the 6th day of the following month, you will know that will be the contributions you can anticipate donating to and receiving for that following month as well. I hope that answers the question.
All right. Are we moving by levels each day?
In a perfect world, we'd like to say yes. The expectation, because of the way in the month of December things are set up, it more likely may not occur that way. Moving forward, it is possible because of the volume in which we have and the number of members that it could occur. The system is designed to handle it whether it does or not. It's doing it programmed automatically, depending on the number of donations that come through. So systematically, when it reaches the level, it'll push you through to the next level automatically. Because you're going to require spillover in addition to your own personally sponsored, which is why we share with everyone. Listen, you only need 2. It's going to happen one way or the other. The question is, when is it going to happen for you that you'll be moving through the levels faster? So the more people you're blessing to share this, the faster you will move through levels as well. That's the best form of clarity I can give you right now. So it's the season of giving. If you have a Christmas gift you ever want to give someone that they'll be thankful for the rest of their life, it is my opinion, again, only my opinion, that this is it. Any other questions?
Do we need any 501c3 information from the cause that we want to sponsor, or just the name of the cause?
If you have a 501c3 yourself and you're entering that into the cause, you will need your articles, and you will be submitting that information to our compliance officer, Mr. Mike Boggs. So if anyone on the call has a legitimate 501c3, which means a non-for-profit entity, anyone who has a non-for-profit entity, your documents and articles will be submitted to Mr. Mike Boggs, who is our compliance officer, so that he can then review it and at the quarterly and contact you.
When did the start date begin for founders to enroll?
The start date for founders will be on December 5th. That will be the day 1 of the pre-launch. We'll start on December 5th. And after the founders, as I said previously, then will be everyone else. They'll be coming in for the $32 membership that'll go following the founders.
Okay, from Doris, will the $32 members be allowed to pay 0.005 after all founders have paid theirs?
That is correct. Whenever it is your turn to go into the system and register, at that point in time, you'll be instructed on how to make your donation of 0.005.
And this is Gerald makes a good point here. One thing all of you can do right now, everything is being done in Bitcoin, not credit cards or your bank account or wire transfer or checks, in Bitcoin. So right now, if you have not done so, you want to set up a Bitcoin wallet and you want to fund it with Bitcoin so that you're ready when the 5th comes, that you're going to be paying the $32 in Bitcoin and the 0.005 in Bitcoin. Everything's going to be done in Bitcoin. So that's $82. Well, most of you should already be doing your 32 right now anyway. So at least a 0.005 by December 5th. Have that ready. Don't wait till the day of and then figure out, oh, I got to get a Bitcoin wallet and try to buy some Bitcoin. And if you're the enroller, it's your job to help them through that process. Get them prepared and ready to go. All right, let's see. Can several people, founding members, use the same IP address? Everyone has their own laptop, own Bitcoin address, and will their own and have their own KYC. I guess they're in the same house, so they're sharing.
Yeah. So you can use the same IP address if it is the same laptop. What you will have to require, because it's different KYC, each one has to have their own individual wallet. So yes, if you're two founders in the same household, you can enroll to register with the same IP address. However, when you get to level 3, you're going to have well, first of all, you're going to have to donate with your own wallet. So each one has to have this separate wallet, and KYC will be something you will have to provide at level 3.
All right. It says, we were also told that you can have a personal and business account if you have an LLC. Is this correct?
That is actually correct. You can have a business account. It cannot belong to an individual per se. It has to be separate. So you can enroll as a business, you can enroll as an individual. Not to say that the person and their business that's gaming the system. So if you want to enroll as a business and your wife enrolls separately, that's fine. If you want to enroll as an individual and your wife enrolls a business, that's fine. But you as a person are not going to be enrolling as a business and an individual. That's called 2 accounts for one person, and it's gaming the system, and it will not be permitted for anyone. This system is designed so that everyone has an equal opportunity. Now, I don't care if you're someone that ends the month with 64 at level 6, or you're someone who ends the month at level 1. You're all going to start the same exact way. I had a gentleman ask me one time, he says, can I donate from the beginning 1 Bitcoin instead of 0.005? Now, his thought process was, well, if I do that, I can get all the way to level 6. Absolutely not. You're going to start. The only thing you can donate is 0.005, no more. And that goes for everyone, regardless of what level you're on. So everyone has an equal opportunity here to participate, have their causes funded, and have success.
Teresa asked about trouble with the wallet address. How do I upload? Teresa, you want to get back with your enroller or upline leader for them to walk you through that process of getting your Bitcoin wallet set up. There's many different wallets out there that you can touch and you can use. All right, Legacy says, for the beginning of the month, do you contribute your donation before you receive donations? Example, do you give 0.010 before you receive 0.020 from the people below you in the matrix?
Yes, you do. We'll take it back. And again, take a chance, look back at the recorded videos, get on at 8 o'clock. I think Brandon went through that in depth. You first come in, you're going to donate 0.005. At that point in time, when you choose to donate 0.005 after you're asked, at that point, you're going to be revealed your story, your cause is going to pop up to 2 other individuals. They're going to ask if they want to participate and help you in your cause. They're each going to donate 0.005 to yours for a total of 0.01. That 0.01, then you will donate to the next cause that comes up, so on and so forth. So the answer to the question is yes, you will have to. You don't have to. You're going to be asked if you'd like to donate. If you don't participate in the platform, and you don't move forward. It is a choice. Everything here is done voluntarily, which is why I was asked the other day, do you have to pay $32 the next month? And it's like Brandon said, no, you don't. I don't know why anyone would not want to. It's not even coming out of their pocket at that point in time. But no, you don't. Everything here is strictly voluntary. It's by contributions and donations. So you choose to donate. You're asked whether you want to. You are not mandated to. But if you don't, please understand that you will not be moving through the levels of the giving box. Next question.
We are at the top of the hour, so we're going to take 2 more questions, and then we're going to close on out.
Okay.
So it is from Arlene. Can we change sponsor? Some team members use the wrong link to enroll.
Can you change sponsor? What I would recommend, if the wrong link was enrolled, it's both of the 2 sponsors are the one that was incorrect and the one that is correct. We'll have to agree upon that and submit it to corporate, and then the decision will be made there. So get back to the person who sponsored you and make sure that they're aware of it, and they'll funnel it through the channels to make sure the corporate receives the information. The individual who sponsored, you were supposed to be sponsored by, and the one you were erroneously sponsored by will both have to be in agreement at that point in time. That's the best answer I can give you right now.
And last question, as a founder, can you move up the levels if you haven't enrolled your, if you haven't enrolled your 2 people?
Okay, if you are a founder, this is a question you should know. I'll be honest with you. So the best thing I'm going to do is ask you to either look at the recording or come back on at 8 p.m. At 8 p.m. tonight. Brandon's going to be doing another one, and I think you'll get it, because every founder should be able to answer that question at this point in time.
I was very specific in the presentation on that one. Because of that, we're going to do one more question. Do churches have to do anything different? Does the system operate the same?
One more time, repeat that.
Do churches have to do anything different? Does the system operate the same?
The system operates the same. Again, many churches operate as a nonprofit entity. They will have to submit their articles over to Mike Boggs, a compliance officer. But other than that, everything functions the same. Whatever ministries they're looking to fund, if it's a building fund, if it's a scholarship, or they need vehicles, whatever it might be that they're looking to accomplish, it works the same way. It's a cause going through the giving box through all levels.
Oh, wait, you know what? Let's cover this one more question here from Susan. We were told to just sign up everyone during the founders promo and that we'd be able to give away sponsorships and move them after the fact. Is that true? See, originally we were all doing the 2x2 so we could give away sponsorships to help others on our team. Then we were told everyone was bringing in all their people at once. So now not sure if we can reassign sponsorships or can we move people?
Okay, at this stage, what was done was done. When you reassign people, the reason why as founders we come in and we bless others is so that others can be able to succeed and move through the matrix as expeditiously as possible. Whoever they're sponsored to at this point in time, they're locked into that position. You will contact the sponsor. I don't know who shared that information with you. Please contact the individual who shared that with you to get clarification, because anyone at this point in time who's sponsored with someone, they are locked into that sponsor. If we do that, we will never be moving anywhere.
I know where they got that from. That was actually from Jerry and Andres that said, because we don't want to slow it down and you got to wait to get somebody's link, go ahead and put everybody in, and then they were going to come back to the founders and let them know, okay, you want 2, and then we'll move the other 2 underneath the people. So yeah, Jerry did say that.
Yeah, I'll discuss that with Jerry later on today, probably after the call. Just to see if there's going to be an extension in time to permit those. But if that's the case, what you're going to need to do, I could tell you right up the top, you're going to need the username of the individual. You're going to need their email address. And if you have their ID, that would help expedite the process if the agreement is done to be able to shift them and place them someplace else. So you're going to need their username, you're going to need their email address, and you will need their ID. And I can tell you that's the only way it'll happen. So we'll be able to get that information done expeditiously.
All right, we are 4 minutes past the hour. Thank you guys for joining us. We're doing this again in 2 hours from now at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Let me type in the chat box that room. It's going to be on the corporate Zoom, http zoom.us/my/up-to-give. We do this every Tuesday and Thursday, and also since Thanksgiving is this Thursday, I'm gonna have a turkey in my mouth, so I'm not gonna do anything Thursday night. But tomorrow night, I will do the presentation that's not scheduled. I'll do it again tomorrow night. So we got tonight, 2 hours from now, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific, and then we're going to do it again tomorrow. So tomorrow you also have Andreas back at this time zone. Then I'm going to do it again at 8 p.m. Those of you that speak English, speak Spanish, there's going to be a Spanish presentation at 9 p.m. Eastern time tonight, tomorrow, because they do it every single day, and it's the same link. And let me put that link one more time. If you scroll up, I just put it in there. So let me copy. It went on private. It didn't go public. Okay, my bad. Hold on, let me do it for everyone to see. And paste. These links are also in the Facebook groups and in the Telegram groups. If you are one thing I have found is that people that ask the most questions are the people that are not plugged in. So if you're plugged into the groups, all the information is at your fingertips. All the Zooms, the links, the times, all the PDF files, all the languages, the answer to all your questions is all there. So I do have one favor to ask. I've been a part of companies from a corporate side and from field leadership at the launch of a company. Those of you that are blessed to be a founder, or even right now, the $32, you guys are the beginning of the company. You're setting the foundation for what the future of this company is going to be and how people are going to duplicate. Be the leaders that you want to have on your teams. Be the leaders to be proactive instead of needing to have your hand held, to know all the information you possibly can so that you can turn around and bless and help the others and the new people that's coming on board. It starts with us. So with that, thank you for joining us. Dr. Alberto, any last words? And we'll go ahead and dismiss.
No, you said it best. See you at 8 o'clock.
All right, everybody. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.